Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Ampar Delgado and I read wild dating stranger stories, awkward moments, and my DA whole stories, give commentary, advice, and sometimes we will judge together. If you like cringe, awkwardness, what the heck moments, hit that subscribe button and the bell because that helps your unemployed bestie a lot. Today I have a couple of stories from Reddit and Tinder that will let us questioning the dating pool nowadays. Let's get into it. And this story is from bathroom_Bellamy. I met a guy named, let's say, C, just to redact the name, who seemed amazing. We talked for a few days before meeting up. He looked like he was handmade by angels. Reflect number one for me, but okay. Was funny, smart, and kind. But during our first date, he kept excusing himself to the bathroom an absurd amount of times, and I didn't think much of it. Okay. Second date, also amazing. Still kept excusing himself to the bathroom. But like the whole thing? I'm way too quick to jump into conclusions, so let's keep reading. Third date, I was finally ready for him to come to my house. He suddenly went from sober to belligerently, I cannot say that word, drunk. But how quick are we talking about? Oh my god, he SA her. I'm so sorry. Despite me telling him to stop multiple times, to the point in which he ended up hurting her. He was a lot bigger than me, and I knew I couldn't hold my own against him, so I had to be smart. So I lured him into bed with a promise of cuddling and more sexy stuff, and as soon as he was in my bed, he almost immediately passed out. Then I called authorities and got him out of there. I'm so sorry this happened to you, OP. As someone who has also experienced that, I know it has a huge impact on you. So I'm so sorry. Please, I haven't finished the story, but please, I first of all, I hope you're okay, and I hope you are talking to a professional to allow yourself to process what happened in this scenario. And please understand that it wasn't your fault. It is never your fault. I literally review my security footage, and every time I was in the bathroom or sometimes or something, he would go to my fridge and just start chugging the first bottle of liquor he could find. I later discovered that he was an alcoholic living in a halfway house after multiple DUIs. He was never actually interested in me, he just wanted to use someone to get liquored. I blocked him everywhere and luckily never heard from him again. Well, that's good. He didn't own a vehicle, he had taken a bus and I picked him up from the bus stop, so he had no idea where I actually lived. Thank God. I got off of Tinder pretty immediately. Luckily, I met someone amazing and have been with him for about 2.5 years now. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I was sad at the beginning. Ooh. First of all, this was harsh. I'm happy that you're in a better place right now. I hope that if you still need it, you are receiving the extra help that you need, or that you have a strong support group. To all the females and even males dating out there, please be careful because you never really know who you're dating, especially at the early dating stages. Let's see what the people on Reddit says. I think too many guys are not serious about dating this day, which is true. I do agree. As someone that has been single for, oh my god, 5 years, about 6 years, it's been hard. A lot of people don't want to take things seriously. They don't want to hold themselves accountable. They don't want to grow. So yes, that is absolutely true. This user right here said, met a girl who used old pictures. I had invited her over, and secretly she had gained well over 100 pounds since then. She told me she refused to leave unless she got, some sexy time. I spent the whole night throwing up. That's another thing. I know society put a lot of stigma into bigger bodies and like weight and how you look and all that, but let's try to be honest when we put ourselves out there in the dating pool. Because at the end of the day, you want someone, or I hope you will like someone that really loves you for who you are and for how you look now, then, and in 10 years. Let's just be honest when creating dating profiles. Okay, this next one is from the Reddit thread, scariest Tinder dates. I matched with a guy who wanted to meet up early on Friday evening. I said, if we're going to meet up that early, I'm going to need some food, so I asked him to make reservations. I live in a larger city, and going out to dinner appetizers on Friday night reservation is a must. I even offered to make reservations myself. He said he will take care of it. Okay. I like a type A man, but considering this is a scary Tinder story, I know this is not gonna end well. Meet up at a spot bar near the train. He was trying to call a Lyft to take us to our dinner reservation. He couldn't figure out how to use the credit he had, so I tried to show him, and he, excuse me, and he yelled at me.
Stop it. Get some help.
The first time. Don't touch my phone. Okay, that's a little bit much. Bestie, we need to process our emotions. Okay, I don't like this. We finally get the car. He started speaking really bad Spanish to the driver. Is he a Spanish speaker? Like how my mom tries to speak Spanish in Mexico on vacation. Bad. The driver kept correcting him, but he says, I'm not Mexican, I'm Arabic. Then take corrections from someone that knows Spanish. Okay, I don't like him at all. I think he's too full of himself. But when we get out of the car, he keeps going on and on about how the guy looked Mexican. I was like, I don't know, dude, I didn't really see him. What was the problem with him being Mexican or not? Go to a restaurant, and he had not made the reservation. Great, I'm trying to be cool and suggest we just walk around and try to find something. Try to make conversation. I say, yeah, it's hard on Friday night if you don't make a reservation. Second time he yelled, yeah, I know I ruined the date. Well, yes, you did, because you said you were going to do the reservations and you did it. So yes, this dude clearly doesn't know how to process his emotions. At this point, I'm getting a little nervous. Yes, I would have too, and I would have gone out of that day too. We finally find a sushi place that has room, and by this time I'm starving. As soon as we sit down, he makes sure to tell me how little money he makes, and this place is expensive. So no reservations when he said he was gonna do it. He has yelled at you 2 times, kind of like belittle the Uber or Lyft driver, and now he's saying he doesn't have money or little money. Okay, bestie, let's normalize get out of dates when things are screaming unsafe. I was so hungry, didn't care, and I was happy to pay if it meant the day was over. When the check comes, I go to grab it and I offer to pay. Nope, he showed me the bill to make sure I know how much it is and pays for it himself. I say, I need to go, and he asks me to please to go next door and get a beer with him. Okay, fine. We get a beer and proceed to tell me he knows how expensive Uber rides can be this late and says I should stay at his place. Oh, no, bestie, run. I tell him no, and I have a dog and I need to leave. Oh, that's the best. He yells to me as I'm leaving. Fine, BICTH. Maybe I wasn't in serious danger, but I wouldn't want to be alone with this guy ever. Yeah, me neither, bestie. And thank God you stated your ground. You said no, that you were not going to his place. He was clearly one of these guys that thinks that because they pay for dinner, they just, from my perspective, they just think they can get whatever they want, which in this occasion was some sexy time with you. And no, that's not how it is. You know your value, always know your value, and always learn how to recognize how to get out of situations like this. Because he had yelled at you, and I'm not putting any shame on you, but let's normalize not anyone, especially strangers, to yell at us particularly when we're not doing anything. We need to learn how to communicate as adults. Learn to let people know how to treat you, okay? Know your value. Your peace is worth thousands more times than just being with a person or date a person, okay? And the last one is gonna be, am I the a-hole story from someone that walked out of a date. Am I the a-hole for walking out on a guy on a date? I, 32 female, just met a guy, 38 male, for a date. We started talking 2 days ago on Bumble, and he suggested we meet up after work for drinks. We didn't speak much on the app. He said he preferred to go straight out for a drink, and I'm the same way. I noticed that I've been single for 6 years now, working on myself or whatever. And I recently opened Bumble too, and I noticed people really want to meet up rather quickly. and I don't know, call me all or whatever. But when I used to date, things were going a little bit slower. I don't know. I don't like the whole fast-paced situation, and I get it. I get it. You just, you want to find your person. There's a lot of people out there, whatever. It's just like, I don't know. For me, it hasn't worked out. But if it does for other, go for it. I met him outside of the bar around 5:30 UK time, so like 2 hours ago now, by the time that this was posted, and we met inside for a drink. He seemed nice, relaxed, chill. We sat down and talked a bit about the bar and the holiday I just got back from, coincidentally, him being there right before me. All fine, but then it got weird. Weird how, bestie? After that topic came to an end, I asked him how his day was. He said something like, yeah, fine, a bit long and stressful, but I'm glad it's the weekend soon. So I followed that up with, so what do you do? After that, he didn't say anything for a second, looked at me sort of like aggressive, and then just said, that quickly? Oh, wait. Wait, is this going where I think I'm going? I don't know, let's see. I said something like, sorry? Because seriously, WTF is that answer? Then he said, in a very aggressive, honestly, almost angry voice, you're just interested in in how much money I make. Is that it? Maybe this person has an important job and has been sick by another females before just because of his money. But let's normalize not measuring every new date based on our prior experiences, because not everyone is the same. Yes, I get that. Once you get hurt, you want to protect yourself as someone that has gotten hurt. You just want to put wall after wall after wall to protect yourself, and kind of like a control type of thing. But let's normalize going into new dates with an open mind. I'm not saying to pull all your walls down, but I'm saying like give the person a fair chance. And for what I'm seeing here, that's not what's happening. I was so taken back, I just say, okay, down my drink and walked out. I just got back and I told my flatmate about it, who is also male. His perspective is that he's been out with girls who were just interested in his money, see? And that maybe it was a sensitive point for that guy. And I should have clarified that I was asking out of interest rather than walking out. My point of view is that it's a normal question, which I do agree it is. You ask when you meet someone for the first time, and that his response was the red army of flags, and walking out was the right call. Am I the a-hole? I think that, considering what you said, it sounds like he may be a red flag. And like I said, apparently that was a sensitive topic. At the same time, from his end, we also need to learn how to communicate why certain things trigger us so that the other person is not caught by surprise and they can understand us a little bit deeper. It's kind of like being a little bit more vulnerable and a little bit more open. So again, the other person can understand from where you're coming from, and we don't need to yell, we don't need to be aggressive. We can communicate peacefully, especially because there wasn't anything else that may have like trigger any prior anger. Clearly that was a sensitive point for him. Again, we need to learn how to communicate. I think you did the best thing by walking out, so I applaud you for that and for keeping yourself safe. In my opinion, I think you were not wrong. Perhaps you could have said like, hey, because you don't mention it here, hey, I really don't like the way that you just address me. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm just gonna end my drink, I'm gonna end this day, and I'm gonna just head out. I think that perhaps could have been a little bit better. I don't think you walking out was the worst decision. It's just like, again, let's just learn how to communicate with people. But let's see what people on Reddit says. So like this creator, why on earth will you not discuss job, career, etc., especially after the door was opened by his comment about his long, stressful week and enthusiasm for the weekend? Cool call on bailing. Dude came aggressive and confrontational on the first date. Should have thanked him for showing his true self so quickly and efficiently. And I agree with that. Not asking would have felt weird to me. Yes. Dude came aggressive and confrontational in 2 minutes. Bold strategy. You have good instincts. If he reacted that aggressively towards a simple question, can you imagine if he was really pissed off about something? That. Exactly that. It's a normal getting to know you question. You're 100% right to bail out before you had anything invested in him. Someone else says, OP Day is the type who will 100% Venmo request a drink cost for her if he had her number. Maybe even charge her for wasting his time. That's never happened to me, but I bet people have done this. Well, if you stick to the end, thank you so much. Please feel free to comment what would you like to see next. This is my first video. I still have a lot of room to grow. I hope you enjoy something out of this video. Please stay safe, subscribe, and help your unemployed bestie out. Bye!